I'd like to introduce our chair of ISDC, Dr. Holger Meinke.
As Amy said, I'm the current chair of the ISDC, that is the Independent Science for Development Council, and we are the advisory body for the CGIAR, who has been tasked with running the evaluations of those research initiatives. So I want to thank you very much for participating in these evaluations of a brand new one CGIAR research portfolio. And this is a mission critical task that you will be undertaking on behalf of the funders of one CGIAR. And shortly, and through those PowerPoint presentations, you will be hearing more about some of the changes that the CGIAR has undergone over the last couple of years, at least one that are relevant for this process. And what I want to do is remind you of your role and responsibility as independent expert reviewers. For one CGIAR to deliver on its stated objectives, the science driving these initiatives must meet very high standards. And ensuring that such high standards are met is really our collective role. It's your role, it's our role as ISDC. And it is also our responsibility to be constructive in our criticism. And this is really important because this evaluation will be different from most other evaluations that you might have conducted in the past. One important point of difference is that it is not a competitive grants program. Each initiative is based on needs and objectives that are articulated in the new research and innovation strategy of one CGIAR. The portfolio of these initiatives has been developed with a clear intent of delivering a cohesive and coherent approach to instigate transformational change in our agriculture and food systems. It's those transformational changes that are needed in order to make a major contribution to particularly SDG 2. In a few weeks, you will also have access to what's called a companion document to those initiatives. And this companion document will outline the logic that sits behind the design of the overall portfolio in much more detail. It means that while the science quality of each of those proposals will vary, each proposal actually forms part of a bigger picture. And while the science might have to be improved, you should also consider the importance of the anticipated outcomes for the other initiatives. And remember that the intent of the investment portfolio is to break down disciplinary and institutional silos that have plagued the CGIAR in the past. This is actually a unique opportunity to capitalize on the intellectual and physical capital that sits within the CGIAR and that the CGIAR has built up over the last 50 years. It is also a once-in-a-generation opportunity for one CGIAR to overcome the unintentional silos that it has created through the old center structure. So I urge you to remember the intent of this program as you conduct your reviews. Your judgment will be critically important for the future of the organization and most likely for the world's agriculture and food systems. So this is enough for me. You see the team on your screen. Some of you will interact very closely with some of us. This induction session is really prepared for you in order to get a better understanding and ask the questions that you need to ask in order to do this task justice. I'm very much looking forward working with you, and thanks again for your interest and for your support. And I hope you got a bit of a sense of the gravity of what we're actually trying to achieve here.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Holger.